What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to JellyGoonTv. Welcome back to my beautiful audience, my beautiful viewers, my beautiful subscriber, the JellyGoon Squad. Stand the fuck up, man. You know what it is. Welcome to this channel and welcome to this video, of course. Today we have a very special video that I know that a lot of people are going to have a problem with. But before I get into the, introduction and the warning and everything, I just want to say there's a Discord down below and there's also a Reddit where you could go over and post memes. Now, if you haven't seen my Reddit videos, I really suggest you go over and check them out. We laugh about some Russian memes. Please don't be offended. I mean no disrespect. I love Russian people. I love everybody in the world, man. I don't have any bias against cultural appropriation or whatever you call it. I'm not saying sugar blood in every minute. So yeah, I just love these videos. I love making them. But anyway, back to the video, of course. Today we're going to react to something that is going to be controversial on this channel and people are going to hate me for it. They're going to probably leave a lot of hate comments, but it's mostly subscribers who leave hate comments, so I don't really care. It doesn't make sense if you subscribe and you leave hate comments. But today we're gonna react to average Americans versus average Russians. Now, viewer discretion is advised, okay? When I'm making these videos, and I have to say this because there's some retarded people in the comments and the viewers that is so fucking stupid that they can't see that I'm not biased against this. Like, I'm neutral. I do not care about each side because I'm from Denmark, okay? I'm not from America, I'm from Denmark, okay? So let's get that out of the way. Now, I want to say, don't get butthurt about anything that compares to this video. It is what it is. It's an opinion, okay? It's freedom of speech. It's an opinion video. So this is his opinion of fact or whatever he's trying to use, but fact is different from countries, of course. And yeah, so please don't get offended on me. Please don't hate me. I just want to watch this video because I want to see what the difference is. What is the difference between America and Russia? Is there a huge difference or is it just small? And we just walk around and think we're not equal, but we actually are. Anyway, man, enough talk. I'm sorry about that. But I just wanted to say because I know there's some Russians who are going to go crazy like they always do. They go crazy in the comments like some nationalists or some racist people or whatever. They go crazy, man. But yeah, Russia is the best in their opinion. And that's good. That's okay. Never mind. Love your country, brother. I'm going to see you into the video. Let's go.
Have you ever seen the 1985 movie Rocky IV?
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
movie could easily have had the subheading America versus Russia. The story depicts two boxers duking it out. America's Rocky Balboa, played by Sylvester Stallone, and the giant Ivan Drago, played by Dolph Lundgren. It came out 6 years before the collapse of the Soviet Union and was, according to some skeptics, a blatant propaganda movie as much as it was an exhilarating sport.
Exactly.
A fight between
American
a despicable
propaganda.
Russian, pumped up on steroids, hooked up to machines, and the simple, good-hearted American going back to nature to train for the fight. The message was clear. It was good against evil. And in 1985, such a movie was a powerful thing. Things have changed now, but you could say some competition or fear still exists between the two powerful nations.
Let me pause there. Of course they do. But Russia is not an evil country. It's not an evil people that's living in Russia. Look at my channel. It's the most beautiful people ever. They're so helpful. They like your videos. They do everything to entertain you. They comment down below. They show their opinion. Of course they have a nationalistic view. They love Russia. Who doesn't love their country? I don't love it like that, but I'm just saying, look at my channel, man. Russian people are not evil. Definitely not. They're normal people like everybody else. Let's get into it. I love you guys.
We will explore those changes in this episode of the infographic show, The Average American versus the Average Russian.
Don't
forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad. Let's first give some historical background on these two nations. We'll start with the eldest, Russia. In the 9th century, the East Slavic state of Kievan Rus was formed, which combined parts of what we know today as Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia. The expansion of Russia didn't happen overnight, and much of it occurred during the 17th century. From the time of Ivan the Terrible in the 16th century to the beginning of the 20th century, Russia had become a huge empire. In 1914, its population was 170 million, a number that would soon be denuded by the fallout of communist uprisings, a typhus pandemic, and of course those that were lost to the German and Austrian armies. The Soviet Union was formed in 1922 by the leaders of the Russian Communist Party on the principles of communist ideology. This ideology encompassed women's rights, atheism, and was against consumerism. It also later began to encompass summary executions, suppression of the arts and free thinking, as well as debilitating surveillance measures. At the time of its downfall in 1991, the USSR had a total population of 293 million.
Let me pause here, man. I just want to say one thing that is different between America and Russia that I believe. That is that Russians don't think too much. They are oppressed. You know what I mean? Not like oppressed in that sense, but they national. They just do what they have to do. They follow the government. Putin for life. We gotta go. Fuck you if you don't agree. Where Americans are more like fucking divided everywhere. They are a country going into chaos. You know what I mean? So you can divide what you want. But my opinion about Russians is that they're beautiful people, but they don't see the world in a freedom aspect. They hate democracy. They talk shit about everybody else. They think they're the best in the world. They think they can kill everybody. They never started a war. They listen to the propaganda. Everything, this video, somebody's gonna call it propaganda. Trust me. Somebody's gonna call it propaganda. I love Russia to death. I love everybody to death. But don't think your country is that perfect, because it's not. Denmark is not even perfect. That's my own country. I know you probably hate me right now because I've seen the comments, man. It's crazy. But Russia don't really think that freely. They used to propaganda. They used to Putin and everything, crushing it down. Like, they crush a lot of websites down. They crush a lot of things that's free speech or whatever, man. They crush a lot of people down that goes against what they believe. Now, Russians on my channel is very against me talking about that because they're going to get bitch mode on me and they're going to talk shit about me, right? But I don't really give a fuck. Because I love Russia. I love the Russian people. But don't expect me to sit here in Denmark and say that, oh, we're the perfect country alive. We never do anything wrong. We never start wars. We never start conflicts or anything like that. It's alright. Never mind. I love you guys and you just have to know that. But I'm just saying, Russians are really not that free-minded because they only think about their life, their ideology, their thing. You know, older people like the USSR, Soviet Union. Soviet Union was a horrible way to live. Like, a horrible way to live. I understand the idea, but it was a horrible way to live. It's a good idea, but it was a horrible way to live, really. Because they didn't do it right. They didn't do it right. That's why. Soviet Union is not that bad. It is bad, but the ideology behind it is not that bad because it's a good sense of human, you know, but it's kind of controlling and people want to be on their own. And Russia don't understand America, but I'm sorry I talked that much. I'm gonna go on. Let's go.
Russia's population today is 143,369,000. The United States of America was formed when 13 colonies declared their independence from the United Kingdom on July 4th, 1776. It's thought those colonies had a total population of around 2.5 million people, most of whom had European ancestry, including English, Scottish, Irish, Scotch-Irish, German, French, Dutch, and African, although many of the Africans were slaves. Religion was a mixed bag, with most people being either Puritan, Catholic, Anglican, Baptist, Quaker, or Lutheran. America quickly grew in size and stature, almost hitting 100 million in 1914, and at the time of the collapse of the Soviet Union, the US was home to 253 million people. Today, that population has swelled to 325 million. What about the Russians and Americans of today? Not many American folks today identify with being Puritan, but next to some other developed Western nations, the USA is still fairly devout. Christianity is the biggest religion with numerous denominations covering about 70.6% of the population, according to Pew Research. Almost all of the rest of the people said they were nothing, atheist, or agnostic, with Jews only making up about 2% of the population and Muslims just 0.9%. Buddhists and Hindus were said to make up 0.7% of the population each. 75% of the Russian population belong to the Orthodox Christian denomination, 5% are Muslim, and 1% belong to the faiths of Judaism, Protestantism, and Buddhism. According to the same Russian survey, 8% of Russians said they are atheist. Let's take a look at the bodies of our two populations. A Western stereotype of Russia is that the country is home to a lot of large, strong people, perhaps embodied by the aforementioned fictional boxer, Ivan Drago, who was actually played by a Swede. Well, there is some truth to the big Russian, given that the average height of a man in the country is 5'10". The average Russian woman's height is 5'4.5". The average height for an American man is slightly less at 5'9" or 5'9.5", depending on the source. In America, the average woman is 5'4". As for weight, the average weight in Russia for a man is about 168.8 pounds, and for a Russian woman, 160.2 pounds. According to one Russian media source, the country, like many others, is presently experiencing more obesity, with about 30% of its citizens being on the wrong end of the scale.
Wow.
The same article cited a study that said after Mexico and the US, Russia is spending the largest sum of money on treating diseases related to obesity.
Nice.
We know from our other shows that America is leading the developed world in terms of obesity, with the average weight for a man being about 195.5 pounds, according to the Center for Disease Control. The average weight for a woman is 166.2 pounds. When starting out in life, who has it easier? According to the US's National Center for Education Statistics, 4 out of 5 of all Americans get through high school and come out with a diploma. Asian Americans do best of all in terms of actually graduating, followed by white, Hispanic, black, and last Native American. According to an article in The Atlantic, about 66% of those graduates will immediately enroll at a university. Almost 90% of American children attend free public schools, 7% pay for private schools, and 3% are homeschooled.
Wow.
The US budget for education is around $59 billion for 2018, a cut of $9.2 billion in 2017. More than 40% of people will attain a 4-year university degree in the US, according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Many young folks in the US will take a gap year and travel abroad. In 2016, a study by the American Gap Association revealed that this gap year was beneficial to 97 or 98% of young people in terms of helping them develop. According to Bloomberg, Russia has the third highest level of secondary education in the world, with 54% of people attending university, according to OECD.
Nice.
Class sizes are small, and that's why Russia has one of the best literacy rates in the world at 98%, slightly higher than the 97.9% of the USA. High school is free, but what's good for students is they get out of school at 1 or 2 p.m. US students study longer hours. Russia is credited for having short days for students with good results overall.
That's nice,
Private schooling is not too common unless students go to an international school. Russia also has the third highest university graduation rate in the world at 55%, only behind South Korea and Canada. According to a student loans website, Russians can expect to owe in the region of $25,000 after completing university, while in the US, the class of 2016 graduates owed an average of about $37,172 each. What about after school? Americans have one of the highest average salaries in the world at $4,993 a month, although the minimum wage is only $7.25 an hour. According to the CIA Factbook, about 15.1% of Americans live in relative poverty. Trading Economics states that in 2017, the average Russian salary was $694 a month. While Russia has plenty of billionaires, 96 behind the USA's 595 according to Forbes, The Guardian reports that as of 2016, more Russians are living in poverty than the 13.1% CIA Factbook statistic given for 2013. This was due to an economic crisis that started in 2014. The cost of a Big Mac in Russia, according to the Big Mac Index, is $2.05, and in the US the average cost is $5.06. Looking at a comparison of costs compiled by Nation Master, Russia is much cheaper, but the people have less purchasing power. Perhaps this is one reason you seem to find more American gap year students than Russian students drinking from buckets on exotic beaches under a full moon. Still, for a rich country, America is the worst of all when it comes to spreading that wealth around, according to a 2015 report in Fortune magazine. Incidentally, the latest global standard of living index, based on basic needs, foundations of well-being, and opportunity, has neither of these countries placed in the top 10. Those spots are mostly taken by European countries, except for Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. GDP alone is by no means the sole barometer of social progress. Americans work on average 34.4 hours per week when in full-time employment and don't have any right to vacation days by law other than 10 public holidays. CNN reports that Russians on average work slightly more hours, 200 more a year than Americans, but do get 28 days of paid vacation by law, as well as 9 public holidays.
Exactly.
All Russians get free healthcare provided by the government, and as you'll know from our other shows, getting sick in America could bankrupt a family. Outside education and making money, in the USA about 6.8 per 1,000 people got married in 2016.
Oh, shit.
The statistic includes all people in the USA in 1 year. Births per woman in the US is 1.84 on average.
Russia's
American
better,
men
I
can
guess.
expect to live to 77.1 and American women 81.9. In Russia, the marriage rate is 9.2 per 1,000 in 1 year, and the divorce rate half of that, same as in the US. On average, Russian women have 1.7 children. Life expectancy for men in Russia is 64.7 and for women 76.3.
Wow.
The Guardian reports that this big difference in life expectancy between the genders is due to a large percentage of Russian men dying before they reach 55. The reason the article gives? Vodka. So, where would you rather live and why? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other video called Average North Korean versus Average South Korean. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.
That was a good video. That was a good video. Hope you didn't get butthurt because it's very nice. Y'all are equal, actually, Russia and America. But I have to say one thing, and that's a critique to America. America is very greedy. Very greedy. Like, there's a lot of money. There's a lot of big owners who own these monies and got this shit. And they don't share that much money around when you hear it in the news and when you read reports and everything. They have a hard time sharing it around. When in Russia, they actually share it around and trying to do their best thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to see. Now, where do I want to live? From the perspective right now, when I'm trying to do a business, I would love to live in each country. Because my taxes are like 50-60% if I get a business. And nobody should have paid that. Like, nobody. But we get a lot of things, but there's a lot of money that doesn't go to that. Because people, they think 50% of our economy is just like healthcare and everything. It's not that. No, definitely not that. But yeah, anyway, man, I don't want to live in either country. I just love my country. But if I had to choose, between capitalism and everything, I think I wanted to check out how it is to live in both countries on my own body. That means that traveling forth and backwards. Because I don't really like to check out a country and think, okay, it's cheaper here or it's da-da-da-da-da-da. I actually want to live my life in one country like 5-6 months and then see which country is best. But I think I'm gonna move to Russia, man. Because Russia is cheaper, but they don't get paid that much. But okay, in America, there's probably more taxes, right? I think I'm gonna go with Russia. Plus, it's closer to Asia. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Russia. Anyway, guys and girls, that was a beautiful video. Don't take me too serious. I just don't want any hate. Please don't hate me. I love Russia. I love America. I think it's two beautiful countries with a lot of beautiful people. And please don't be that propaganda guy who says, fuck America, fuck Russia, everything. Don't do that. Just have respect for each other and treat each other as brothers and sisters. Because not average American, average Russia hate each other. It's just the government. They're trying to spy on each other. So anyway, with that said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting. And I'm going to see you until the next time. Before we go, I would like you to hit that like button down below. And please do, if you really want to, support the channel, of course, please do. Subscribe and hit that notification button so you get updated on the newest videos that come to this channel. Anyway, guys and girls, I'm going to move on to the next one, man. Peace.